All right, we have Inside Maple 2021 Summer Update and KMST version 12122. Lots of improvements. I think that's the working title for now. So this is again Tespia Summer KMS Tespia. So this is most likely going to be our winter update, but it's still Tespia test server. So this still has to be ratified. It still has to make it through the testing phases of KMS, but it gives us a sense of the direction that the game is headed in Korea and what is most likely coming for us in 6 months, and we'll see how that will affect our gameplay if it does, and such. So let's see. There was a long video here. I think it's like a half-hour video. We're not going to click that and watch that here, but you can watch it on your own time, of course. They released a teaser video of the summer update, although it's less of a teaser and more of a showcase of a bunch of quality of life features and requested changes. Almost everything mentioned in the video was added to the KMST patch that came out today, so that was yesterday. So they'll be covered by Max here today, and then I'll cover the covering. A couple of things that will be in later patches, and so they'll mention them as well. By later, I wonder if he means like July later, or if he means like September later, because there's a bunch of stuff that we know from the player conference as well that is on its way for September as well. Test again, couldn't hear. The summer update titled Maple Live will take place over 3 patches. Maple Live. Where's the L in Grandis? It was Granule. It's Granule, guys. June 17th, July 15th with a new job, and August 12th with new boss. This is normal for KMS. KMS tends to do the patches, the big summer and winter patches, specifically the summer, but typically summer and winter patches at least in 3 blocks, sometimes even in 4. But as always for GMS, that gets bundled to typically the 2. So we'll see which parts will go into the first one, which parts will go into the second one, and what is all in there. The new job is going to be an Anima Mage. Here's the picture so you guys can see it a little bit more clearly. Wow, what a great picture. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so it seems like a... Yeah, you got some thigh highs. You've got... The way they're holding it almost looks like a two-handed... Is staff supposed to be two-handed? And wand one-handed? Or I think they're both one-handed, right? I've never seen a mage carry their weapon in 2 hands. I don't know if that's an indicator that they're going to be using... That it's going to be like a 2-handed weapon, which of course for us doesn't matter at all. I don't know if it matters still for non-reboot, but I know in the past there were always 1-handed and 2-handed weapon scrolls. So if this determines which one gets used, that could be something there. Lots of hair. A lot of hair. But definitely in Anima you can see they have like sheep horns, right? And they've got a bunch of little spirits. It's almost like those... Wasn't there, like, in Pokemon Gen 3, those little duders that changed with the weather form something? I don't know. We got a little sunball, we got a little flower orb thingy, we got a water blob, and we got a little cloud. Cast form, that one. Kind of reminds me of little cast forms. She's a ram, yep. She's gonna ram your butt. They said they'll release another video on June 24th. Okay, so that's another 2 weeks from now. So they'll probably show some skills then. Okay. Overview. Lots of stuff. There's going to be lots of stuff, so I'll try to get through this in not too long a time. Guild reorganization. Flagrace reorganization. Okay, so a lot of extra information in the guild tab here. And a basketball minigame on Facebook. Flagrace's entry method has been changed. Every even hour at XX30, you can enter for 2 minutes. When it's time, you can enter through the button in the guild UI. Okay, oh wait, does that mean that the annoying invite thing over your head that I was raging in the stream for today, that is gonna go away and it's gonna be different? She's an U? Oh yeah, an Oi, I think it is in Dutch, yeah. Double Ursus ends in 12 minutes for the clutchers. Yeah, 11 minutes, now 10 minutes by the time you get there. 10 more minutes for Double Ursus if you didn't do it yet today, guys. Flagrace's course selection method has been changed. The course will now be swapped once per week, every Monday at 12 AM in the order of Midday Snowfield, Sunset Snowfield, Midnight Snowfield. So that means that there's 3? Because someone said that yesterday as well. Were there always 3? I thought there were only 2. Like we have the blue one and the pink one, right? Is there... Was there another one added in the meantime, or do I just not know? Do I lack the critical information here? Flagrace's point measuring and ranking selection methods have been changed. For each course, your individual points will be registered based on your completion time. The guild ranking points will be calculated by adding up all the individual scores. Your individual points will reflect only the highest points you received from Monday at 12 AM to Sunday at 11:59. Flagrace's courses have been modified. Okay, so if you just do one killer run on Monday, then you don't have to run the rest of the week. Was flag in the morning for EST and PST? Yeah, but is that a different map, though? Or are they talking about just the background? It's a different map, right? Flagrace's courses have been modified. Okay, well, there we go. This, by the way, completely ripped off from me. What my suggestion was, for the people who don't know, my suggestion is that we get an item for shoe spikes that we put here, and then you can choose to equip or unequip it to give your shoe extra spike power or take it away. And look what they fucking did. They just put it on a button in Flagrace. So you can choose to get spike energy or lose your spike energy without having to switch your equips during the run, of course. But it seems that it's going to be a skill that you have to loot like the others, right? Flagrace only skills have been modified. Skills have been changed so that they can be used without having to acquire the items. Okay, that explains that. But cooldown will now be applied. You can press tab to switch the hotkeys from ASDF and QWER. Yeah, it's probably a better idea to have it that everyone has access to the same skills and has to use them in a smart way. Because in the past, what would happen, and for you guys who've been flag racing, what happens a lot is that you will walk to pick up a buff, and someone else will be in the same spot as you, basically. Someone else will get the buff, you won't get it, but your ability to pick up buffs will go on cooldown, and this is really, really unfair if you have bad ping. So the fact that you get to decide when you use your skills because you have equal access to everyone else is probably a more fair way of going about it. Equip snowshoes, we will not slip on ice when used. The effect can be turned on or off by reusing the skill, cooldown of 3 seconds. High jump has a cooldown of 40 seconds. Rush has a cooldown of 40 seconds. Run together up to 6 characters around you, including yourself. Move faster when used. Cooldown of 60 seconds. So if you stay with the pack, everyone's going to be using it for themselves, and you get to stay with the pack, I guess. Cannon fire skill has been removed. Good. Slowly, we'll get to an actual skill-based we'll get to an actual skill-based jump quest, guys. Don't worry. It's taken us many years, but we'll get there. Flagrace related items have been added. Flag star. High jump, rush, and run together's cooldowns are decreased by 10 seconds when this item is acquired. Oh. Interesting. Flagrace practice course has been added. You can enter the practice waiting room through the button in the guild UI. You can enter the practice course in a party of 1 to 6 people. The party leader can select the practice... Oh, this is for the really, really sweaty gamers who need to, like, plot out a course. Party leader can select the practice course and you can play with the same conditions as a real race. If you leave a guild or are kicked, your points will be deducted from the guild's flag race ranking points and your character's flag race ranking points will be reset. The first time you complete flag race per week, you will be given 1,000 guild contribution. You cannot enter them when rankings are being settled every Sunday from 11 PM to 12:01 AM. Flag race ranking points from June 14th, 20 minutes. Yeah, sure. Flag race has competitive content for testing control and guild unity. Really? In this reorganization, we try to improve inconveniences such as the fixed participation times and the absence of practice mode while maintaining the identity of the existing flag race as much as possible. Also, we wanted to minimize the burden of participation and management by changing it to something you can participate in only once per week. Nice. Don't forget they time their speed boosts. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Go in as a group of 6. But who's to say that you will prioritize your guildmates in the speed boost and you won't, like, speed boost someone else instead, you know? I don't know if that's... Like, you can practice that in in the practice mode, but that's not to say that that's going to work like that in the real one, right? Shrinian Underground Culvert Reorganization. Oh, more guild reorganization. And Uno card. Facebook really throwing the ads on there. Shrinian Underground. Max, you better be liking these ads, dude. Underground Culvert's entry method has been changed. You can move to the Underground Culvert entrance through the button in the Guild UI's Guild tab, or by talking to the NPC Dado in the Guild HQ. You can enter the dungeon by talking with NPC Dado in the Dungeons map. You can only enter Shrinian Underground's Culvert by yourself, and there is no limit on the number of times you can challenge it. Shrinian Underground Culvert's progression method has been changed. When you enter the dungeon, you will be moved to the path to the altar map. All of your buffs will be removed, and you will have 2 minutes of preparation time. After finishing your preparation, you can talk to the thingy to challenge Arcanus, and the fight with Arcanus will last for 2 minutes. Shrinian's Demon Arcanus has been changed. Wait, so instead of finally having something to do together with everyone, it's going to be completely solo now? They better add something else that's party members then. It's kind of disappointing. There's already so little to do with other people together. That's kind of sad. We should probably still use this as a time to be like, okay, come on guys, we're all going to do it now. And to set up a time and still be in the chat with each other, I guess. It just became solo punching machine? Yeah. I mean, it sucks if it leads to people crashing and DCing and all of that. But now it's going to be way easier for people to just be like, oh, I'm not going to show up, I'll just do it somewhere else. And then it's also easier to forget because there's maybe not the pressure. Yeah, it was scuffed though. Yeah, that is true. But I don't know if it was scuffed enough to just completely get rid of it. I know, I get that. I think the reason that they did all of this is because there were a lot of complaints about like the strongest guilds getting even stronger and then the weaker guilds having no chance to catch up, right? And this is more exacerbated by the fact that if you have the high level guild skills and you use them inside, then you have an advantage. And also if you have a huge guild, then you can have like the perfect party compositions that completely min-max your damage for all of your big damage dealers, and then you have you magnify the damage that you can do inside even more because of your party composition. And then it's even more difficult for people to participate. But now, what if you have a guild that has a bunch of supports in it? Well, now their scores are going to be horrible because they can't even support each other. Now they're all just solo. You know, like, just saying like, oh, okay, everyone in a party of 6, that might be unfair. So now we're going to do everyone solo. But that's also going to be unfair for some people. I'm not saying that there's like a perfect solution, but I don't think this is necessarily a better one than what we already had. Doing things together, cringe. 6-man parties are greater than a dummy. Yes, definitely. I like the guild. I like you guys. I like hanging out with you guys during the guild. This is kind of, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they're. I'm not sure about that one, Chief. So, Shrinian Underground's progression method has been changed. When you enter the dungeon, we move to the path of the altar map. All of your buffs will be removed. Oh yeah, we already read that. The maximum number of stages have been expanded from 5 to 6. The higher the stage, the higher the HP and the defense will be. Some of the attacks no longer knock back and stun, but they have been modified to deal more damage. In stage 6, the damage dealt to Arcanus will be displayed in units of 10 trillion through the health UI. Okay. Shrinian Underground Culvert ranking points distribution method has been changed. At the end of the time limit, your individual points will be registered based on your acquired points. The guild ranking points will be calculated by adding up all the individual points. If you exit midway, your individual points will not be registered. And by exit midway, you mean if you crash? Your individual points will reflect only the highest points you received from Monday at 12 AM to Sunday at 11:59 PM. If you leave a guild or are kicked, your points will be deducted and the points will be reset. The first time you register for individual record per week, you will be given 1,000 guild contribution. You cannot be... Oh yeah, here they have their motivation for it. Shrinian Underground Culvert is competitive content for guild members' strength and unity. In this reorganization, we try to improve inconveniences while maintaining the identity of existing Culvert as much as possible. We modified the overall game progression method to remove the inconvenience of having to gather as many guild members as possible at the same time, and to reduce the burden of participation. We have reduced the playtime and modified it so that you can participate whenever you want. So, but why not just have both? Why not just have people able to do both? Be like, we're going to keep it the way that it is, but people who can't run can also opt to run solo somewhere throughout the week, and then their score can be added. Basically, like, we're taking a group photo, but someone couldn't make it, and we'll just, like, Photoshop you in afterwards. It's not perfect, but it's the thought that counts, right? Why not just have that instead of just completely swing the other way like this? Yeah, I don't know how they can say that we want to maintain the identity of the underground culvert when the whole identity was the fact that you get everyone to show up and to do the shit together and, you know, give each other shit for not getting to the boss fight in time and kind of laughing when someone dies when you're not supposed to be dying. And now it's just like, you'll just take 2 minutes randomly throughout the day and kind of like do it whenever you're in damage gear or whenever you did a boss and you still, well, no. Like, you can't even wait, like, oh, I just did a boss and I still have my my buffs on. I guess I'll do the culvert. Nope, because that's going to strip you of all your buffs when you do that. So you have to, like, specifically go in there and do it, use all your buffs, and then use the rest of your buff timer to go do some bosses, I guess. I don't like this change, and I do think that the identity of contributing to your guild has been completely changed with this. But. Weekly guild missions. So what I did say, though, is that I hope they add something else to replace the more team aspect. Weekly guild missions could be that. Let's see what they have. Weekly guild missions have been added. You can acquire weekly guild mission points by acquiring hunting points and boss points. You can acquire 1 hunting point per monster killed within your level range. You can accumulate up to 25,000 hunting points per week per character. Just to put this into perspective, 25,000 monsters killed is probably roughly what endgame people kill per hour. Just to put that out there. You can acquire a certain number of boss points per weekly boss defeated. You can accumulate up to 400 boss points per week per character. A certain number of boss points. Okay, so I guess I'll tell us how many per which boss. You can acquire 1 weekly mission point per 5,000 hunting points or 80 boss points. 1 weekly mission point per 5,000 hunting points. Or 80 boss points. Okay, so you can get 5 and 5. So up to 10 weekly mission points per character per week. Each guild member can accumulate... Oh no, up to 5 only. So it doesn't even overlap. Okay, so if you train for half an hour and kill half of the bosses, then you're already capping. Happy birthday? What? Oh shit, it's midnight. Yay, it's my birthday. Well, I'm 33 now. Feels old, man. Thanks, guys. You can acquire noblesse skill points based on your guild's combined weekly mission points. Oh. Happy birthday, Scardor. You really brightened my days. I'm happy, dude. I'm glad. You don't look a day over 12. Thank you, I guess. Oh, I don't know why I'm getting emotional over that. You acquire 1 noblesse skill point per 20 weekly mission points, up to a maximum of 10 noblesse skill points. If you leave a guild or a character... wait, so... You gain noblesse skill points based on your guild's combined weekly points. One character can get up to 5. And you get 1 skill point for every 20. Wait, so 4 characters together make for 1 skill point? Up to a maximum of 10. So you need 40 active members. You need 40 people maxing out. Noblesse skill points reorganization. Okay. The noblesse skill points provided based on Flagrace ranking have been changed. Pog game crashed? Oh, I'm still in there somehow. Ranking section. First, existing skill points provided 30. Changed provided goes down to 25. Okay, so they took 5 off the top, added 5 to the bottom, and then brought them all closer together. If you're top 10%, you got 20, and then you'll get 16. So if you're top 40%, you're gonna get the same. If you're below the top 40%, you'll get more. If you're above top 40%, you're gonna get quite a bit less. Quite a bit fewer points, I guess. 4 less, 5. 5 skill points less. But how much do we get now from the guild missions? That would be the equivalent of what? Of the honor part? How much do we get right now from honor? Do we get anything from that now? I don't think we do, right? Right now, everything is coming from these two things, right? You look a day over 32? Thank you, dude. Now 69 combo. Right, because 30 points here, 30 points here, 15, 15, 15, 15 maxes out. So if you're first in both, then you have 60 total skill points and you max both out, right? My birthday is June 12th. Yep. Just because of EU time, just turned my birthday right now. Anyone to do a struggle CRA, need DPS. 1.21 gigs in the chat is looking for CRA struggle members. Hit him up if you're interested. And do some boss fights together, because it was looking like we're going to do less and less together. Even the guild participation is not together anymore. Okay, so 10 of the... Right, so 10 of the skill points of the noblesse points are quote-unquote more guaranteed. They're going to be coming from weekly contribution from everyone. And then up to 25 are going to come from each of the culvert and the Flagrace. Okay. Aw, thank you, Kevin. 69X Fuel's birthday, man. Thank you so much, Kevin. Wrong scene. Appreciate it, bro. Early birthday gift. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it, man. Love you, dude. Thanks. Yo, give the man a hand in the chat. Look at how generous he is. Happy birthday to you and to me. Oh shit, you're June 12th as well? You mean June 11th? Aha! So it's both our birthdays, even though our birthdays are in a different day. That's kind of cute. Yours is the 11th and mine is the 12th, but we're in different days because of time zones. That's pretty cute. Okay, so what rank do we usually get? We get like rank 40. Does anyone know what percentage? Wait. We know what skill. We get like 40 skill points, right? 40 or 42. So we're probably like top. What do we like? Top 30% here and then top 10% there? Something like that? 4,200? Yeah, but what does that mean? What percentage is that? Oh, 40 out of 200 guilds. Oh yeah, so that's top 20%? So it's 18 here. And then 22 here. Oh yeah, and that's the 40 that we get. Okay. Right, so with the equivalent now, that would mean that we would get 14 here and 17 here, so we get 31. And if we max out on the other one, we get 41, we get 1 skill point more. But pretty much the same, but a little bit more freely distributed. 25%? No, top 25% would be 50, right? Because 25 is 1/4. But it's the same. 20 and 25 both falls within top 30%. Top 10% is a big jump for just 2 extra skill points. And then top 10 for like 1 extra. Yeah. Okay. Again, I think this pressure is... This is all pretty casual in the sense that it won't make people like, oh, we have to go grind a whole bunch extra. Like, they could have just easily done, like, you get 1 hunting point for every 250,000 monsters. But I think what they want to do is to make the very, very low-level guilds that just participate to basically, as long as you do their contribution and they're growing, like, you basically, if you do anything, you get 10 skill points for free now, but you can build up to getting 16 pretty easily. But I guess that's the same as before, right? But I guess they just moved a lot of the points from the guild PQ and they moved them to the Flagrace instead. So Flagrace's value has just gone up quite a lot compared to the Culvert. Because Culvert is 5 down immediately from everywhere, basically, just for all the tiers. It's interesting, but we'll have to see how that does. Remember though, your day is Philippines Independent. The Philippines Independence Day, is it? Oh shit, cool. HBAC, let's go. No Kaiserion. Guess it's not that easy. It's pretty difficult to get. Yeah. What a baguette. Can I use you for your reach for a moment and make sure non-reboot players know to not take the compensation for safety charms more than once? It's bug exploit, and I know 2 people who got banned already. Yeah, that's a good thing that you mentioned that. If you are a non-reboot and you're getting compensation for the what is it? They replaced the permanent safety charm, and you get like what is it, like 9k Maple points back or something. Make sure you don't pick that up more than once. Of course, it's Maple's fault for even enabling you to, but you know you're only supposed to get it once. Don't take it multiple times. Don't get banned for that, or do if you're into that. If that's your kink, getting banned in Mushroom game, then go for that, I guess. Noblesse skill points provided on weekly guild mission points are as follows: 10 for 200 points or higher, and then yeah, just times 20. Like we can do basic arithmetic, I guess. Noblesse skills are a core reward provided by guild content and could only be acquired through competition, which caused several problems. We wanted to alleviate the competition required to acquire them and improve the accessibility of noblesse skills overall by adding weekly guild missions and adjusting the noblesse skill points provided. Yeah, sure. Guild point system improvements. You can now continue to accumulate contribution regardless of the guild level. When a guild member leaves or is kicked, the honor experience value will no longer be decreased. Ooh. Hang on to your dead guild members for another 6 months before you kick them, guys. Which guilds and parties had better incentives than Reboot? Yeah, I mean, in the game in general, but I agree with you, Blade Rain. Contribution was used as an indicator for continuous guild activity and a way to judge a user's trustworthiness. However, it was difficult to use this feature since guilds that reached level 30 could no longer accumulate contribution. We have improved this by changing it so that you can continue to earn contribution regardless of your guild's level. Nice. Guild usage convenience improvements. Guild members' last login date information has been expanded from existing maximum of 7 days to 365 days. Oh my god. There's more than a week now. Alright, what does it say? Masuto. Masuto? Oh, is this master? Masuto? Masuto. Bu Masuto. Bu. Junior? Like junior master? Like junior leader? Gear de one. Gear the 1? Okay. Test 1, test 2, test 3. Wait, what the fuck? Dude, you already gifted 10. Well, you just doubled up. Look at this generous dude just gifting 20 subs. Second early birthday gift. I had to check first if my college tuition was paid. Hey, I like the cut of your jib, dude. I like that you have your priorities straight. Paying off college tuition is probably still more important than donating subs to Streamer Man over here. Good on you, bro. And thank you again. Appreciate it very much, my dude. Make PQ items tradable for up to 2 hours, as well as permanent cash outfit bound to the character the PQ is completed on. From the crossroll PQ and everything. Yo, thank you so much, Chaos Hunts. Appreciate you, my dog. You can now add and manage up to 10 guild member positions. Oh, up to 10 different positions. No, why? That makes it so complicated. Whole guilds are gonna have like 3 roles dedicated to just people who are not logging in or something. Jorzum, thank you for gifting a sub as well. Appreciate it. That's good. I don't know about 10 though. 10 seems... I mean, you don't have to use all of them, of course, but Just more options than... What do we have now? We have... Do we have 4 now? I don't know why I'm squinting and pretending like I'm using my brain. I can just check. Rank settings. We have 5 now? Wait, can I... You're not a guild administrator. What? I'm not an administrator. Okay, well. 4 and master. Okay. Yeah, okay. So they added some extra. Okay, cool. The master, junior master, and guild member 1 to 3 positions provided by default cannot be deleted. You can delete a position after first changing all guild members with that position to another one. Okay, cool. Another one. You can now change multiple guild members' positions at the same time. After selecting the guild members you want to change the position of, you can change them all at once. Administrator can only change the position of guild members with lower positions than them. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Guild API. Now the only thing we need is to wait another 3 to 4 years to see an integration between the guild message boards and Discord chat. So you can just check your Discord chat like in the game, because it's like synchronized into the API of the game. But you know, that's gonna be like 2025 or something. 2024 maybe if we're lucky. You can now check guild content related to participation information in the guild UI. In the progress tracking section, you can check the current guild content achievements and your participation status. In the guild member participation tracking section, you can check all guild members' guild content acquired points. Ooh, you can see everyone's shit. Ooh. We're gonna have some, Now you can have Ligma, Sugma, Bofa, Sakon, Dragon, and Candace, yeah. Suction. What command for gear tips? I don't have specific gear tips, but if you check ! bossing and you follow the bosses and the dailies there, you pretty much will pass by all of the relevant gear in the game. In the guild member participation tracking section, you can check all the guild members. Guild administrators can change guild members' position directly from this section. The guild mark registration method has been changed. You can now apply PNG format images as well. A real-size guild mark preview will now be provided. The guild mark... oh, it's a guild emblem, right? Re-registration cooldown has been decreased to 10 minutes instead of 24 hours, I think it is now. That's pretty cool. You can now level up noblesse skills multiple times at once. Thank you. I appreciate that. Did Zuckerberg design this new guild system? Maybe he did. You can't buck the Zuck, dude. One thing I've always struggled with is the grind from 150 to 200, even with Terra. Yeah, I think specifically like 170 to like 195 or something is a bit tricky. Yeah, gear is my specific gear. You're looking for either progression or for dailies. Those two commands will basically give you all the information you're looking for, Subi. Subi. You can now use noblesse skills by registering them to shortcut keys. Yeah, like we have room on our keyboard for that. I mean, I appreciate it, but there's no keyboard space for that, dude. When modifying the guild introduction, it will now modify the existing text instead of writing a new one. Ah. You can now change the setting if you would like to see guild members logging in notification or not. Ooh, you're gonna see a lot of people turning that shit off real quick. You can now move the guild HQ through quick move in each town. Nice. You can now write a self-introduction when applying to join a guild. Oh my god, cover letters. Yo, we could do like a section on the stream every week where we go through the cover letters of people who apply to the guild, and then the guild members get to decide who gets to join. Once we actually get to like a full guild and everyone's active, and we're thinking, and someone's gonna be like, okay, I'm not active very much. This cover letter is so good, like you could just kick me, dude. You have to pick this guy. He's way better. Guild content related achievement. The following achievements have been moved to the Memories tab. Shirinian Underground's Culvert, Flagrace. The following achievements have been added. Shirinian Underground Waterway. This is my entire true form. Flagrace flags star and Flagrace flags star symbol. Cool. Which means that all of the work you've done on the previous achievements, because this is the cool thing about achievements. When achievements go into the memory category, that means that the achievement points you got from them are removed. And all of your work was for nothing. So you got the achievement, but you don't have the achievement points for it anymore. You just lose those. Which, you know, is amazing. A great system. Yeah. Gonna get kicked soon. Reboot World Reorganization. So it seems... Well, yeah, so just to wrap that up, I guess, like, all of this guild stuff looks like they worked pretty hard on doing all of that stuff. Again, I'm kind of disappointed with the... pretty much completely removing the whole team aspect to the guild thing, and it's more like a do everything in your own time, and then we'll just throw all the points together at the end of the week and see where you guys land. Yeah, not a huge fan of that change. I would have liked if they just kept the current setup for the Shirinian Culvert and then just added this as an extra option for the people who can't show up. Because there's a bunch of people, like Corey, for example. Like, there's a lot of people who've been in guild for a very long time, and they definitely want to contribute, but like when 85% of the, or like 80% of the people can show up, there's like 20% of the people who just can never show up, then people who work weekends, etc. So it kind of sucks that now everyone is basically just doing it whenever. Fully active guild equals Todd Howard releasing a bugless Elder Scroll game. Well, by active we can have certain rules, right? Because there's always going to be a few people who are, you know, on hiatus or something, but as long as you tell the guild management, like, hey, I'm going to be gone for like a month or two, and then I'm going to come back and full force and swinging and everything, then that's fine. But if you don't let anyone know anything and you just stop showing up, right, for like more than a whole month, you're probably going to get, or like for like 2 or 3 weeks, you're probably going to get kicked, right? But yeah, let me know what you guys think. So Reboot World Reorganization, they're once again trying to push through the final damage change instead of the damage percentage change. So they stuck to the percentages from the last time. Level 1 through 99, 30% final damage from the skill. 100 to 149, 40%. You guys can read. I don't have to read that off. I'm assuming you guys are, have basic reading skills. 66, 570. So I think the biggest... Like, most of the people will either be here at 60 or here at 65%. For a new level 1 character, of course, immediately 30% final damage is like a huge buff. But this is 50% damage comparatively, right? 75, 100, 125, 150. So basically what this means, and then we'll talk about this in a second. Basically what this means is that classes who have a lot of percentage damage and percentage boss damage, or I should say damage bonus, right? What's on the left side of your screen. That's on this side. So the damage bonus and the boss damage, for the people who don't know, but I hope most people know this, when you're bossing, those two numbers get added together into one big pile. And then when you're bossing, typically, because of familiars and stuff, like it just adds a whole bunch, and bossing skills and buffs and all of that, right? So the more total damage and boss damage you have, the smaller of a portion of your current total damage the reboot passive skill is. And removing that instead with final damage flat will mean that the more total damage you have now, the better this change is for you comparatively, because you're losing a smaller chunk of your damage and getting a same percentage final damage amount added to it. So you can imagine it this way, right? Like, let's say your total damage percentage is 200%. And you're level 200, so you lose 100%, which means essentially you lose 50% final damage, but you gain 60%, then it's an increase for you of about 10% final damage. But let's say that your total is 800% damage, and you're also level 200, and then you go from 800 to 700, you're losing 12.5% of your final damage, but you gain 60. Well, now you're just, yeah, right, you see how big the difference is there, right? That's really, really basic and probably like slightly flawed arithmetic there. But what it comes down to is that just you'll see the huge difference based on percentage damage. So what they also did with this, because last time they didn't want to push this through yet because they thought it was still not completely on point. But what they're also doing is reducing monsters' HP. And this is actually pretty big. So level 110 and higher, regular map monsters' HP have been decreased. So regular monsters, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12% reduction for all the regular monsters, right? Which means I don't know what regular monsters are up to level 300. But this last one specifically should help with the big bump that people have right now, going from 170 to 200 and killing things in future Hennesses, which is kind of a drag, and then future Parion after that. It's quite difficult for newer players. So hopefully this, and then the combination of the final damage buff here, will make it so that it's not as difficult for new players to get to 200 on their first character. Of course, if your first character was a Terraburn that you just made, you won't have that issue right now. Then Arcane Force maps monsters HP have been decreased 13, 14, 12, so like somewhere between 12 and 18% reduction for all the Arcane Force monsters, Arcane Power for us in GMS. And then the Sacred Power, is it Sacred Power or Sacred Force? I don't even know. It's just Sacred, right? I think it's Sacred Power. Monsters HP, so all of them, their HP has been reduced by 18%, which is huge. Like that's 1/6 of their HP just gone, or like almost a fifth. So that's massive. So if you're getting used to training in these areas now when you're still not quite one-shotting, that does mean that you don't really have to invest a whole bunch of money right now to make sure that you can one-shot, because as you level and as like small amounts of power creep come in, and if this comes into effect, the 18% reduction, that'll mean that you can one-shot at that point. So you don't have to like try to min-max specifically for one-shotting or two-shotting, whatever you're doing, in a certain map, because it'll kind of, you know, figure itself out. Of course, again, Tespia has to come into the real server, probably 6 months away from now. If you can't wait that long, then just, you know, do your thing. But if you're okay with that and you're patient, then the problem will fix itself. So they've changed the damage percentage effect from Reboot passive to final damage so that it would have the same efficiency for all the classes regardless of their base damage percentage. Additionally, we've adjusted HP, but regular monsters, so the difficulty of hunting is not increased. What this means, though, this thing where they say the efficiency for all the classes, the same efficiency, right? What that means is that classes now who have a lot of damage percentage, who are less reliant on the damage percentage buff from the passive, are actually underperforming right now, and those are supposed to be a lot stronger by buffing everyone. So if you look at your stat window right now and you look at how much damage bonus and boss damage you have, maybe, you know, when you're doing your next BA and you have all of your big buffs on, and while you're bursting, you look at your boss damage and your damage bonus together. See how big that number is. If that number is, and you know, the progression grid kind of looks at that number as well, of course, right? With the functional damage percentage right here. So if you're like around this point where it's like 270, 300, up to 400, then I think it's probably going to be like a net wash for you. It's going to be better in the future for upcoming changes and everything. But if you are up to like 500, 600, when I'm bossing on my arc, sometimes I'm over 1,000. For those classes, the final damage change should be an insane improvement compared to now. I heard some people saying that somewhere for the most extreme classes, somewhere around 30 to 35% final damage total increase because of the change. But for most classes, should be somewhere between a 5 and a 10% increase, something like that. It makes the percentage damage links more valuable. Basically, all the sources, all the percentage damage sources that you have now will have fewer diminishing returns, basically, which doesn't make them better, it just makes them less worse. But that's like a nuance difference, I guess. Damage boost based on level difference has been adjusted. When a character attacks a lower level monster, their damage will be increased up to 120%. I believe, is that for reboot or non-reboot? Because right now that's different, isn't it? Hang on, Maple stats. Looking for Meso Explosion lines to double. How many lines is that? It's in the reboot section. Oh, true. It's part of Reboot World Reorganization. Yeah, you're right. So right now we just have this, I think, right? Level advantage multiplier reboot worlds. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah. So we just have this up until now. So they're adding this. And this is damage. This is final damage. So that's up to 10% extra final damage for being 10 levels higher than the target. So that's specifically for bossing as well. You know, up to 10% extra final damage. That's pretty nice. Well, not exactly 10 extra final damage. We go from 10 to 20. Which means it's like 8%? I don't know. I don't know the exact numbers there. Ooh, bubble pop. Then, Alicia's ring boxes have been changed so that rings which cannot be used by each class will no longer appear. So this is also under the reboot stuff, right? The level puff rings. Is this level jump rings for us in GMS, I think? And weapon jump rings given will only match the main stat of the job. The limit ring, mana cut ring, yeah, these are all different rings. I don't know what these names are. Limit ring, mana cut ring, crisis, HM ring, hyper move, and crisis M ring will not be given to classes that do not use MP. Due to characteristics of Reboot World that doesn't allow trading, we want to alleviate the experience that can occur when you acquire equipment that you can't use. Of course, that's really annoying. Going forward, we plan to gradually improve the reward experience for things which don't match Reboot World's characteristic. Alright, that bodes well. I like that they said that there. By the time you're 285, I'm guessing Black Mage is already easy-ish. It depends. Some people just are hardcore grinders, and some people will unironically get to 285, and they might not have even seen the inside of a Varishilla cave yet. And some people are like as soon as they hit the level, they want to run those bosses. People do very different things in this game. Then the Reboot gift box has been changed. I think the thing with the player convention and everything, the contention was that the rewards were too good too early, and that it made a lot of people waste the potential of the rewards in there because they were drawn to just opening the box because of the money in it, but then all of the value of the items that was in there was kind of lost because they didn't have anything of value to use it on, or they didn't have the experience to know what to use it on. So let's see what they do with it. So the Reboot gift box's level required and rewards have been changed. After the update, you can use the Reboot gift box to acquire the changed rewards. The expiration period of the items have been increased from 14 to 30 days, so that's already a bit more forgiving. Stage 1, 50 mil, 7-day rock, 500 power elixirs. Stage 2 at level 100, 50 mil, character slot expansion, 500 power elixirs, 3 100% epic potential scrolls, and 100 occult cubes. Man, 100% epic potential scrolls at level 100. How do you... I guess this is fine as long as people are aware of what Transfer Hammer is, right? If people read the quest of like, hey, this is Transfer Hammer, and actually read through that, and this is the value of it, then giving people 3 100% epic potential scrolls at level 100 is fine, but... The occults are definitely valuable. I mean, it would suck though to give occults without giving epic potential scrolls as well. Because rolling with occults in rare is just kind of like a kick in the teeth. You want to be able to roll on epic so you at least get some 6% rolls in there. Level 100 you can use on an emblem. I think what most people do is level 100, they open it. How many people haven't been in the chat and be like, where do I get my emblem? And they'll be like a level 190 something explorer, and they just don't even know about the quest line, you know? Some characters though, and more recent characters, they could just buy the emblem, or they just double click a light bulb and get the emblem automatically. Yeah. But there's more, there's 3 more epic potential scrolls here. So for level 150, you have 100 mil mezzo character slot expansion coupon, 500 power elixirs, 3 100% epic potential scrolls, 5 Meister, and 5 craftsman cubes. At 150, that might still be a bit early. I don't know. And then Reboot gift box stage 4 at level 200, 200 mil, 30 nodes, and 5 eternal flames. What do you have to eternal flame at level 200? A pink bean cup? But getting started with some nodes, because right now there's no nodes like at all, right? The nodes, I think it's a joke. Wait, really? I think the nodes is really, really good that they added that. Because getting started at 200 on your very first character is really difficult. But you think this is too little, or 30 is so low? Well, you know what's even lower now is 5, right? Now you get 5. Instead of getting 5, you get 35. You get 7 times as many on your first character to get started. I don't know. I think the problem is if you give people 50 or something, then people will feel that the drop rate for nodes is horrible because, oh my god, I had 50 in the beginning and now I get nothing. If you give them like 10 or something, that won't do anything. I don't know. Like for my Project CRA characters, I used 100 in total. And yeah, I don't know. It's difficult to say like what number is like the sweet spot number where people will feel like they're getting value because they will be able to relate it to how low the drop rate is afterwards. So they'll feel like, oh shit, those 30 nodes were actually really good because look at how long it's taking me now to get 10 of them just by doing dailies or something. Like, I would say that 25 or 30 from the box seems really fair compared to now you're getting 0. I mean, with how valuable nodes are. Like, nodes in an event shop right now are what? There's 700 coins each. So this is like the equivalent of 21,000 event currency. I think that's pretty good. But after reboot passive change, RAP, drop rate buff. What does that mean? 70, not 700? Oh, it's 70, okay. So that's 2,100 worth. How many could you get per day? 300. So it's like 7-day worth of capping. And you get that for free when you're starting? Yeah. Yeah, it's tough to say. Maybe it is a bit on the low end. I don't know. I'm very much, you guys know me by now, but I'm very much like the tough love kind of angle on these. And I feel like if you give too many, it'll give people kind of a bad idea of how easy things might be to get. But I'm all for giving some extra nodes, but I don't know if 30 is... Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to say. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? 30 is low or 30 is a good number? 5 Eternal Flames? Oh. Or like the no love fuck. There was a problem where the levels in the Reboot gift box could be opened and the recommended usage levels for the reward items were different. So they were not usable at the levels that they could be opened and would have to be used afterwards, which did not actually help in the growth process. We will provide items at appropriate levels and certain required items in Reboot World have been added. So I wonder, so as an extra point for this, I wonder to which extent, and I already know the answer, they just 100% unilaterally figured out like, okay, this is what we're going to do. These are the numbers, these are the items, and boom, this is what we're going to put in the test server. Or to which extent they asked people in the community and being like, hey, which items do you think should be in there? How much do you think is fair? And just see what the players say. And just check their input and see if they're reasonable or not. Just to balance, just to base it on like, what is the community thinking of? If they say like, oh, at level 150 we should get like a permanent sherbet pet, you could be like, well, no, you're not getting that. But if like thousands of people all say like, oh yeah, we should get 20 nodes, then maybe 20 nodes would be enough, you know? Although like if all of the people in the development team, if they all really are hardcore pros and they all play the game, or they have a healthy collection of new players and mid-game players and end-game players and all that, and they know to make that up perfectly for themselves, you know, then that's fine, I guess. But looking for some feedback there, I think, should be part of the process now that they started, right? But I wonder if they did that at all for this particular thing. So, when you create a character, you will receive a mysterious secret box which can be used for 30 days to receive a snail pet. Don't we already have that? Link skill reorganization. Okay, let's see what's going to change with this. Daily link skill transfer limit has been increased from 2 to 4. So 4 times per skill to move around. That's a lot of mobility. You can also pay an additional cost to transfer them up to 10 times. Transfer number 5 for an extra 5 mil. That's a lot of switching. That's a lot. I don't see anyone needing this many. And like in... Yeah, it's different from what I suggested. What for the people who don't know, what I suggested was something like, what if you just get a number of switches you can do per week? Like, what if you can do like 300 switches per week or something, and you can use them whenever you want on whatever you want, something like that. You just get like a bulk of switches every week, something like that. But yeah, this is a different solution. I think this is from 2 to 4. Yeah, I don't. That is so much to move around on any given day. Yeah, I don't know anyone who will say like this is not enough or something. Daily link skill transfer limit has been increased to 4 to let you take advantage of the link skills and move a little more freely. I think it's a lot more freely. It seems generous and probably good. Inevitably, there may be cases where you require more than the base number of transfers, so we prepared an additional option that lets you transfer link skills by paying mesos. Yeah, so we're going from 2 switches a day per skill to up to 10. That's a huge increase. So, explain why we needed more switches. I thought we wanted more link skill slots since there are so many more different link skills and more are coming. So... So there's 2 things to it, right? There's one is like giving more slots, and the other one is allowing people to switch more. Right? So if you go for option 1, giving more slots, that's essentially just power creep and making people stronger. And I guess Nexon decided that with all the things that are already coming and that are already on the way, they don't want to make people just unilaterally stronger than they currently are, because that's what adding more slots would do. Adding more switches provides more people with more flexibility to play multiple characters, which means people play the game more, which means Nexon makes more money. That's more of a thing where the balance of individual characters is not coming into play, but the balances of how many people destroy their personal lives because they're spending all of their time playing Mushroom Game instead, which is to Nexon's benefit, that changes instead. So that's why that change is a much simpler and easier way to make. And you can... Yeah, basically the threshold to entering and to switching characters is lower now, so people are more likely to play multiple characters. Because now you can move all your link skills around. And you don't have to feel like... because we all know that feeling, right? You do your weekly bosses with all of your link skills on a character, and it's so fast and it's so smooth, and then... next week, it's like Wednesday, it's late, and you're like, oh shit, I haven't done my weekly set on this character, but I can't move my links anymore. I guess I'll just do my weeklies real quick, and every boss takes it seems to take 2 or 3 times as long because you don't have 100% crit rate, and you're dying a bunch of times, and it's eating your buff freeze, and you're like, oh god. So those situations will be avoided now because you can still move your link skills around, and it'll just make people play more. So this is more of a Nexon-centric switch that is hidden as a player utility switch, but of course it gives players more utility. Versus if you just give them more slots, it'll just be a power creep thing, which would be something that would have to be balanced around. So that's why those 2 things are different, I think. And that's why this is an easier thing to implement. Arcane River daily quest improvements. Oh my god, they're doing a lot of stuff. We're already almost halfway, guys, don't worry. And I look at my playlist, and the playlist is actually 15 seconds away from being done. When you complete Arcane River daily quests, the experience rewards will now be given all at once. If you complete all the daily quests in each area and complete the following quest, you will receive the completion experience once per day per world. Road of Vanishing Investigation, 373 million experience. Choo Choo Island Best Dish, 910 million experience. Lakaline's Peaceful Night, 1.6 bill experience. Arcana's Peaceful Mind, 2.1 bill experience. For the Stability of Morass, 2.3 bill experience. Esfera Research Order, 2.5 bill experience. For every day on top of what we're already doing. That's nice. You know what this means? That, like, my Adele starting to do dailies at 212 and getting to 236 with some level up potions and just doing dailies, that will be even faster now. That is nice extra daily EXP, and it will definitely help people move to the higher level areas a little bit faster. We got Pirate posted this pic. Which is what exactly? If you complete all of the areas at that level, and you get all of these, then that's this percentage of a level? So at 230, if you do Morass and all of these, that's you get 17% just from completing the dailies everywhere? Really? Is it that? Well... No, these are billions. There's no way that's that high. No way, I don't think that's true. Hang on. EXP. $100 is about 8 to 10% at 250. Hang on, let me double check. At 235, you need 211 bill to level. $211 bill. And this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.2. Okay, thanks. Yeah, that's 3.4% at 235. Oh, wait, 235, you should add this one together. Plus 2.5. So 9.7. Divided by 2 level. That's 4.5%. I don't know where the 12% comes from. That's with new percentage, with new EXP percentage. You believe this was with Monster Park? With the new Monster Park experience, if you do 7 runs a day with Monster Park as well? Oh, I don't know, because Monster Park does give a lot of experience now. I think the Lacaline one is 1 billion experience per run. So that would be 7 billion just from doing Monster Park if you do Lacaline 3 times. That would be way more. But that would still be, that would be like... That would still only be like 7% though, at 235. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what those numbers are exactly. Morass Daily Quests have been improved. Morass Daily Quest completion NPCs have been unified to Jean and Truefed Square. Nice, you don't have to go looking around the map to see who's where. Stabilize a closed area. What is that? The... Entry method has been changed from a portal in the closed area to talking to Jean and Truefed Square. Oh, right, it's the abandoned area cleanup, right? Lab defense entry method has been changed from talking to the research lab to talking to Jean. And the experiments byproducts item will now be dropped by both experiments by A and B. Oh, the experimental monster or whatever. Okay, memory remnants item will now be dropped by the thralled monsters. Memory remnants. Oh, is that memory glass? Memory glass will be dropped by all the thralled monsters, so you don't have to go into the map. Or is memory remnants the slivers, the glass slivers? To maintain true fed has been deleted, and defeat 200 experimental product A has been added. Oh, defeat 200 experiments by products A. Okay. Huh. It's probably the shards that they mean. That the shards are now also dropped by... No, because weren't the shards already dropped by everything? This is using the KMS name, so it's a bit confusing for me, I'm sorry. I want you to improve the character growth experience from early level 200s to mid-level 200s to reduce the difference in character growth speed based on playtime. We've added experience rewards to the Arcane River area daily quests. In addition, various improvements have been made to the Morass daily quest inconveniences. Yeah, okay. So I don't have a level list of best meso farms. I always feel like my income for hunting is lackluster. I'll get that drop rate and mesoptane up first. Monster Park improvements. Oh yeah, we have the Arcana one. How much did you get from the Arcana one now? 2.2 bill. Oh god, well, yeah, that's even more. I guess at 235 you add that 7 times. Yeah, oh actually, maybe you get to the number then. Because that's what, 15.4? Compared to the 9 point something, so that's 2.5 times that, and it was 4.5. So you get to 9, so you get to 11, up to almost 12. Oh yeah, maybe it was with Monster Park, with the Arcana Monster Park. 2.2 bill per Monster Park. That's kinda... That's a lot. Oh my god, look at that. Cricket. Cricket forever. Nice. Monster Park, certain stages have been improved and a new stage Arcana has been added. Monster Park Auto Security Area, Road of Vanishing, and Dream City Lacaline Clear Experience have been increased. 180 mil for Vanishing and 1.238 bill for Lacaline. Damn, there you go. And Auto Security, nobody cares about that one. Mystical Forest Arcana stage has been added. 2.241 bill experience. Only characters who have completed Arcana Forest of Restored Harmony can enter, which means you have to have the symbol and have completed the pre-quests in Arcana. That's over 6% daily just from Monster Park at 235. Yeah, that is pretty nuts. And it's probably only going to be about like 2 minutes per run max. So if you do 7 runs, that's like 15 minutes in total with transformation time. 15 minutes for 6%. It's pretty cracked. That's like a 24% an hour rate without needing to find a map, without needing to use experience coupons, anything like that. 2 weeks of just doing Monster Park on your level. To improve the character growth experience to at early to mid-level 200s, we have increased the reward experience of certain Monster Park by about 20% and have added a new level 230 Arcana stage. Ligma area. New maps added. New Ligma maps. We see an extra branch here, an extra branch there. Okay, we added World Sorrow Midpoint 4 and End of the World 1.7 and 2.6. Let's see what those maps look like. Okay. Another one of those scuffed 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30 monster map. The monster map. The monster map. Oh. Then we have End of the World 1.7. I'm not gonna lie, this looks like a horrible map. This layout is it's horrendous. How are you gonna... I think only someone with a bunch of summons can train here, right? Like maybe Kana puts Kishin here, puts the ghost duty here, punches that way, and then sits here to spam Exorcist Charm or something from here, and then from here probably hits the bottom platform, maybe? Every map is a Kana map? Well, ain't that the gosh darn truth. Okay, and then this one is... Oh, this is an arc map during Abyssal Recall. Just pop it in the middle, hit everything. Man, what if Blaze Wizard 4th V had like a... Not 4th V. 3rd V? Fuck, 4th V, I think. Had like a power mode where you can decrease your damage but increase your range. And they could just float in the middle for like a minute, just destroying the entire map. Abyssal Recall P-Break? I've done that before. Infernosphere already hits like the whole damn map. Does it? But yeah, this actually this might be. I'm thinking. Would this be a map for Hayato where you just up jump AoE, up jump AoE, up jump AoE, just kill the whole map every single time from the middle? I wonder if a Hayato can like make this work. I don't know. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 30, 35 monsters. This one does have a decent amount of monsters on it though. Yeah, I think maybe an Arcane jump around here. Maybe a Hoyong or something. If you have a bunch of just a little bit like this distance, if this platform was just an extension of this here instead, that would have made the map so much better, but the fact that this platform is up here is a little bit yikes. Dawn Warrior with her Eclipse skill says, hey, yeah, they can definitely do that. Yeah, so 262, 263, and 264 Donut Boys. The monsters that appear in these new maps have more HP than other monsters. Oh yeah, that's an extra thing, of course. That makes the maps more appealing as well. More HP than the monsters of the same level in Ligma, and you can acquire more experience by defeating them. But to provide a variety of hunting grounds after level 255 that can be used based on the character's growth level, with the addition of these hunting grounds, powerful characters can acquire more experience and accelerate their growth rate until they can enter Cernium. The usage of hunting ground will be spread out so players can enjoy a more pleasant hunting experience. Wowie. And then we have a bunch of pets. Navy SEALs! Oh my god, they stole the idea from the from the GMS skin. Okay, we've got Lotus, Orchid, and Phantom here, with a space helmet on, of course. Or looking cute. We got some rabbits. We got some sleeping rabbits. We got some colorful seals. Got some kitties, doggos, some. I don't know, what is this? Dora the Explorer cosplayers, and Sun Wukong. Why is Sun Wukong cheaper? Oh my god, a cheaper pet. Now you know which one to get. Multi-pets will be on sale. Oh, they're Koya, Amongya, and Zuya. And then we have, I don't know what this is. Oh, we have the Young Blood haircut. That's a lot of haircuts. And a lot of faces. The basic hair coupon and basic face coupon will be on sale permanently. Well, I've got news for you, actually. If it's permanent, then it's not on sale. Then it's just a discounted price. A sale is, in nature, temporary, but... They allow you to choose their hair and face you want. You can check the list of obtainable hairs and faces by double-clicking the item in the cash shop. That's a lot of options, honestly. And that's just the basic coupon. Damn. Then, skills improvement. The enhancement cutscene when using the Craftsman's Soul skill has been... simplified. Who know what now? When heroes... Wait. Craftsman's Soul? Wait, what is this? I remember this. From my non-reboot days. What do you use this for? Was this the Maker skill? Legendary Spirit? What is this? You could scroll equips not for your class. The scroll without equipping. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Jesus. Wait, I didn't know that still existed. Can't you just scroll everything? You don't have to equip before you scroll, right? Yeah, there was like a quest to unlock. Oh my god, it's so long ago. I must have done this like 14 years ago or something. unironically, right? Like 2007 or something. It's outdated, but it's cool. Okay. When heroes and paladins use one-handed weapons, the weapon multiplier has been increased from 1.3 to 1.34 and 1.2 to 1.24 respectively. So, the previous May update, we increased the attack speeds, which reduced the merit of one-handed weapons when compared to two-handed weapons. True, which was bad. We have tried to compensate for this by reducing the damage difference by increasing the weapon multiplier. So, there's going to have to be some number crunching. Obviously, I can't do that number crunching in my head right now. But, so, to quickly recap for all of the one-handed, two-handed, hero, paladin, everyone out there. So, we have the current GMS situation where basically you use the Deimos Warrior Shield and you use a one-handed weapon. You use the sword if you ever want to switch between hero and paladin. You use the axe if you're a true paladin. You use the axe if you're a true hero, of course. And then you use the shield with it. That way you can hit the hard attack speed cap that we have in GMS with attack speed +1, decent speed infusion, and a green pot. When you're soloing, and then when you're bossing and you're in a situation where there's domain or anything like that that increases your attack speed, you're still just at the attack speed. If you want to hardcore min-max right now, what you could do is go two-handed because of the increased multiplier, use the standard secondary that doesn't have the additional base stats of the shield, but that does have still the regular potential that you can get on it. You could still get the 30% attack on it, or, you know, combination with boss damage or whatever. Have it what you will. And then basically you'll be one rank under attack speed with the same inner same attack speed buffs. You'll be one rank under the highest possible attack speed when you're soloing. But then when you're bossing during the burst, when you're doing all your damage, you'll still be at max attack speed because you'll either have an Arc buffing you, either a Thunderbreaker, either a Buccaneer, either an Evan, either an Ilium, either an... I don't know if the Ilium does anymore, actually. Or Benediction or Domain, like all of these skills give an extra rank of attack speed, so you're basically still capping there. The change from May, and that one that's still underway for GMS, but that one that you've probably heard about if you're playing these classes, is that what they changed was the Mastery skill for heroes and paladins just gives one more rank of attack speed, which basically means that if you want to min-max in any situation under the current GMS numbers and the current KMS numbers, you just always go two-handed with the secondary. You don't have to spend all the extra money upgrading a shield, and because of the multiplier, two-handed is just always better, and you can always hit the attack speed cap in every situation with the two-handed. So it's like a no-brainer, do everything with two-handed. That's kind of what we were preparing ourselves in GMS for. However, now they're saying what they're doing as an additional thing in KMS Thespia is making the multipliers for the one-handed swords higher to make sure that it isn't always just brainlessly, oh, two-handed is just always better. The main thing here being, so I'm going to interpret the numbers, that what I think that they're doing with these numbers. What I think they're doing is they're making it so that basically if you already have a well-upgraded shield and you already have a well-upgraded one-handed weapon, you won't have to feel like, oh, now I have to switch to two-handed because two-handed is better. But if you already were going for two-handed or you already had two-handed, you don't have to feel like, it also isn't the case like, oh, now I'm just way better than one-handed shitlords and their damage is garbage. Basically what I'm hoping that these numbers do, and people will number crunch and people will figure it out if it is true or not, is that one-handed and two-handed will now be very close together and that you can just choose which weapon you want to use, and it might be guided by the drops. So basically what all of this change, so these two changes will do together, hopefully, is that if you are currently using like a one-handed Abzo weapon, for example, and the 17-star shield, which is admirable but not like all the way up there, and you get an Arcane two-handed drop, that you won't have to feel like, well, now that drop is completely useless, but you can actually be like, okay, I'm going to try to upgrade that Arcane drop and then just switch the secondary out and then I'll be done. Versus, oh, I have to, basically throw this thing aside because I can't use this for anything because it's so bad because I can't hit the attack speed cap, right? With one-handed, you can toss the +1 attack speed. Yes, so if all of this goes through, what it does mean that if you do decide And if the numbers come out, and we'll have months, you know, before that does, but if the numbers come out that basically this means that one-handed and two-handed are roughly equivalent, and you already are invested, you already have a 20-star shield, and it already has the potential that you want, and you're going to stick with one-handed, that does mean that you get the extra benefit, and this is going to be part of the calculation, of course, is that you can reroll your inner ability top line that has attack speed +1 when this hits, or when the attack speed thing hits. Or no, when the multiplier hits technically, and re-roll that for probably 20% boss, or skill levels +1 as a hero, maybe, because there's more final damage in that. I don't know. Then you know the number crunchers will have to take the possible options into account. And then if the new thing comes out that the attack speed soft cap becomes the hard cap in GMS, then all of that was all for nothing. But that's none of my business. Kermit meme. 30% crit legendary and one-handed. 30% crit legendary. Well, if you don't already have a 20% crit second or third line. But I guess as a hero you could. As a paladin, would you need 30 ever? But the attack speed +1 GMS will still go two-handed, right? It'll basically be, I think, yeah, so we will have to do the number crunching for GMS. So it is possible that this number crunching, that the numbers that KMS comes up with make sense for KMS with the attack speed up to 2, and that because GMS gets to 0, the difference is still in favor of the two-handed sword. So if you want to min-max, that two-handed will still be objectively better. That is possible. But again, people are going to have to start number crunching and figure out what is what. Okay, good. Bishop. Benediction buff reserves now apply. Peacemaker. The activated Divine Light's number of enemies hit has been increased from 10 to 15. This is actually like a mobbing skill they can use every, 6 to 8 seconds or something? Well, somewhere 6 or 8, I don't know exactly, but I think it's like it's pretty short cooldown. And they're mobbing, otherwise it's pretty shit, so. Liberated Kaisarium. Yeah, my hero actually has a Kaisarium in the inventory, so it would be cool if I can just switch over to that. Hurricane skill now passively increases uncountable arrows damage by 50% points. Okay. Marksman Bolt Rupture damage has been increased from 700 to 925. The skill is actually kind of okay useful, but is completely overshadowed by everything else. Dragon Pulse damage increased from 525 to 650. After 4th job, hunting performance has been gradually improved, but the growth difficulty was still high in lower job advancements. We have tried to decrease this difficulty by increasing the damage of the main 3rd job skills. Okay. But so it seems like they want to keep it in 3rd job though. These skills don't scale very well to the higher, so this won't mean that you have to like make new extra boost nodes or something as a marksman. I don't think so. What is uncountable arrows? Uncountable arrows, I believe, is just the skill that gives you unlimited like soul arrows. I believe, isn't it soul arrow? We could do uncountable arrows. We can look that up real quick to make sure. You're right. We should probably double check that. This is like an old one, but we can. Oh no, this is the mobbing skill. 4th job mobbing skill, where you're like, and then everything just like gets hit once. Clearly, there are arrows that you cannot count. True. So it looks like it's at 380. So it goes from 380 to 430. That's significant. Okay, so it's good that you asked. I was operating under the wrong assumption there as well. Pathfinder Ultimate Blast number of attack activations has been increased from 5 to 6, and the relic gauge consumed for Relic Unbound has been decreased from 350 to 250. Okay, that's kind of nice. Pathfinder getting a little bit of a quality of life bump there. Then we have, I'm blanking, Buccaneer. Attack boost when fully charged has been removed. RIP. Critical Rage, this skill now passively increases attack by 30, and Guard Crush passively increases attack by 30. Okay, so they're just going to have the 60 attack all the time instead of only when you're charged and stuff. Noah is looking for a Hard Will, Hard Lucid fill, and he's running right now. He's looking for an experienced member. For both? For both? Free 60 attack. I'm assuming that these also give 60, but just not all the time. I think if we Google that, I'm pretty sure we find I'm pretty sure this gives like oh, this gives 50 attack, yeah. Buccaneer. Control F, supercharge. The supercharge is 30 attack. So instead of 30 or 50, it just gives 60 all the time. Energy consumed for Unity of Power has been decreased from 1500 to 1000. That's nice. And Howling Fist energy consumed down from 1750 to 1250. Oh. Since there is a large difference in overall damage between being fully charged or not, we tried to reduce the variation in attack by removing the feature of increasing attack when fully charged and adding it as a passive effect. We also lowered the difficulty of energy management by reducing certain skills' energy cost. When I was mobbing, it was like doable, but it did seem like it could be made a bit more forgiving. It felt a little bit unforgiving. Okay, Noah found a fill. Good luck on the runs. Good luck on many, many drops. Since there's a... Oh yeah, okay. I just read that. Brain span... attention span of a goldfish. Okay. Mihail. Sacred Cube damage boost has been increased from 10 to 15%. Duration has been decreased from 30 to 25 seconds. Cooldown has been decreased from 210 to 180. Maximum HP boost have been changed to a passive effect. Okay, that's a... Doesn't Sacred Cube do something with the timing of the shields also? Or is it just a damage buff? Damage taken down. Royal Guard defense. Oh yeah, Royal Guard defense possible for an additional 0.5 seconds. Yeah. Okay, so while you have that one up. Okay. Okay, cool. More damage lasts a little bit shorter, but shorter cooldown as well. Number of defenses in stage 1, 2, 3 has been decreased. And a row, yes. It's like Holy Shield or something, right? From 16, 16, 21 to 9, 9, 12 respectively. The shield duration has been decreased from 40 seconds to 25 seconds. The cooldown has been decreased from 300 seconds to 180 seconds. Dude, I hate 300 second cooldown skills. They're so unreliable. This seems very nice. The number of defenses required to increase final damage by 1% has been decreased from 2 to 1. The duration of the final damage boost has been decreased from 150 seconds to 89 seconds. The base final damage boost has been decreased. Okay. I want to make that a little bit more reliable and a little bit more synchronized with all the other skills rather than a once in a blue moon type skill. Change the cooldowns and duration of certain skills to match the cooldown cycle of other skills while maintaining their overall performance. Okay, it will be interesting to see how that... Because Mihails are in such a weird position in the game. Like, they're great for keeping your party alive, but once your party has good mechanics, they lose a lot of the value that was there to keep them, you know, that they have, so... Are you deleting a level 200 character? I deleted 2. Well, remember, if you're making a new Terraburn and you end up not liking it, you can delete it and just remake a new Terraburn. That's possibly what ZT is doing. I'm a degenerate. Well, those were my 8th and 9th Ice Lightning Mages to 200, though. The support they needed, but not the support they deserved. True. Cygnus Knights. This skill's been changed as a toggle skill. Okay, all of them are toggles now. Blaze Wizard changes. Orbital Flame has been improved to be less affected by the communication status to the server. Improving the overall logic, the skill has been changed to be less affected by communication status to the server. We request your feedback on whether your experience has changed significantly from before. Okay, so this would be really cool if it means that Blaze Wizard is not as ping-reliant anymore. Especially for me playing from EU, that would be quite a rejoice moment. Windbreaker. Bow booster skill has been changed to a passive skill. The skill name has been changed to bow acceleration. This skill now increases dex by 20 at max level. I think they did that to the boosters for the archer as well, right? Albatross attack, damage, defense ignore, critical rate, status resistance, elemental resistance, and attack speed boost have been changed to passive effects. The cape effect on-off feature has been removed. Okay, cool. Albatross maximum, attack, damage, defense ignore, crit rate, status, resistance, elemental resistance, attack speed boosts have been changed to passive effects and will stack with Albatross's boosts. The total amount of stat boost is the same as before the change. Okay, so it just made it more passives for wind archers because they've got quite a lot of buffs going on. Then, Thunderbreaker. This one breaks thunder, that one breaks wind. Chain attack damage has been increased from 750 to 1000%. Lightning damage has been increased from 1000 to 1100. Last chain's damage has been increased from 1200 to 1400. And giant lightning's damage has been increased from 1450 to 1500 at level 25. So it's a probably slightly higher increase, well, same increase percentage-wise, but higher increase percentage point-wise probably at level 30. That's the only change for Thunderbreakers, so I imagine that most GMS Thunderbreakers are not too thrilled. I mean, yay, a little bit more damage, but class is still a little bit eh. Arrow combo ability, Arrow's combo display effect can now be moved by dragging it with the mouse. Okay. Liberation Orb active effects damage has been increased from 850 to 1000 unbalanced and 825 to 975 on imbalanced. Okay, that's quite a nice bump there. Battle Mage maximum number of passages that can be created has been increased from 4 to 6. Underworld's lightning's number of enemies hit has been increased from 6 to 8. Duration has been increased from 35 seconds to 40 seconds. And the skill now increases damage to regular monsters by 30% while active. Huh. Okay. This skill is already like a really nice skill. It's kind of tricky to get used to on the Battle Mage, but it's already a really nice skill. 150% is huge here? Yeah. This is huge, yeah. True. Chain attack is a 33% increase, and it's such a pleasure to see at least something. Yeah, it is nice to see something, but... Wild Hunter. Wild Vulcan grenade activates when used while riding on the Jaguar. Damage has been increased from 380 to 655. Okay. That seems massive. Mobbing only? Yeah, because when you're bossing, you're not on it. But like for mobbing, that skill will way quicker end up like killing mobs around your level. No, not the hurricane, just the grenades, right? Oh no, wait. Wild Vulcan's grenades. Those are not the big balls. Those are like the little grenades that shoot off of the Jaguar's saddle, right? Yeah. I mean, that's still nice though. That's a big creep on that. Yeah, this one isn't in GMS yet. Yeah, they're changing. That's coming for us in September probably, right? Give us Xenon something meaningful. Well, we're about to read it. Well, Vulcan Type X damage has been increased from 950 to 1050. That's pretty nice. Photon Ray. This skill will now aim 3 shots at a time for the initial aim. You have adjusted this skill to be more useful when hunting by making the initial aim finish more quickly. Huge. Oh my god. Guys, I hope you're all ready to quit your main and switch to Xenon now, because holy frick. 3 shots aimed for the first initial aim on the Photon Ray skill? Damn. Well, I thought when I quit Demon Avenger, story time, but when I quit Demon Avenger, and it was a tough decision, I just saw that Arc just had way more tools, and that Demon Avenger just was shit at everything. But now, I thought that Arc had a great future ahead with the changes to the Reboot passive, losing Emir, 100 and whatever percent, 130%, 135% damage, and gaining 65 final damage. 65% final damage. But now I see the Xenon change, and I'm just getting that same feeling of when I was like desperately clinging and holding on to the Demon Avenger when I saw in the distance Arc just rising from the earth as like the savior of my account. And now I'm just, you know, I think friendship with Arc is going to end, and Xenon is going to be my new best friend, I think. But in all seriousness, yeah, this is like kind of insulting. Ilium destruction damage increased from 360 to 400 on domination as well, and 550 to 610 on the other reactions. Previous May update, we fixed the issue where reaction skills would be activated immediately when cooldown resets applied to them. It was an error where the cooldown reset logic was applied differently than it did to other skills, so it had to be fixed. But the error occurred and was maintained for a long time. After it was applied to the official server, we're trying to compensate by increasing the damage of the reaction skills themselves in proportion to the expected average reduced damage. Okay. Bosses. Notification of elite bosses appearing in other areas will no longer be displayed. What? How will we know where they are? We want to go harvest elites to try to get those E-pots. Hard Hill has life leech pattern. Monsters that are summoned during the pattern will no longer have their health leeched. Thank God. Papulatus, when you're inflicted with Papulatus curse, a system message will now be displayed that shows you the duration of Papulatus' curse. Is that the one that locks you? Like the blue lock thing? Is that the Papulatus curse? In Sue Phase 3, let's Lotus. The energy orb a continuous fire pattern will now end when it is defeated. Okay, cool. In Gloom, when the fear status ends, darkness ends, the black flame pattern will also end. Okay. I think that's the duders on the bottom. What if Nexon gave me my e-boss notification? Yeah, I don't know why they take that away. That's actually kind of useful. You see a message, and then you go look for it, and then boom, you get some free stuff. In Saren Phase 2 Sunset Pattern, the 3-stage / cast delay has been increased. Okay. Cool. Sunset Pattern's 3-stage / had a short cast delay and was difficult to avoid. We're trying to adjust its overall difficulty by increasing the cast delay by 40% so it is easier to avoid. I mean, I like the fact that they're keeping an eye on Saren and keeping an eye on the progress of people trying to defeat it and making some tweaks here and there. But that they're also not being like, okay, Saren is too hard. Let's like cut the HP in half or something because no one's getting it. Like, I like that they're keeping it really difficult. It'll be all the more valuable and all the bigger of an achievement when people do get it. In like 6 months when they have enough authentic power in KMS. Cache effects have been improved. Blah, blah, blah. Fixed an issue where the following items did not output effects when equipped with certain items and sets. Cool beans. The following item did not float when equipped with certain items. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Herb gathering and mining tools can now be equipped and unequipped by double-clicking them with the mouse. Wow. 2007 wants their mining equipment back. The premium gold shovel and premium gold pickaxe gathering speed boost have been changed from 120 to 150%. Right? Really? We're making changes to the harvesting items? Okay. I mean, it would be cool if you could do things that people still use in this century, but... the amount of honor acquired from Medals of Honor dropped by monsters has been changed to fixed amounts. Okay, no longer RNG there. Medal of Honor increased honor by 10 when acquired. Boss Medal of Honor increased honor by 150 when acquired. Okay. Hey guys. That's one system of RNG less than before. This is a new feeling for me. I don't know how to feel about this. I guess the opposite of when they add another layer. What is the opposite of dread? Is it euphoria or something? It's weird. I haven't been taught to feel like this. Less RNG 10s game, yeah. Stop taking away RNG from my RNG simulator. Catharsis? Yeah, something like that. Fix an issue where if you use the black ruby of the flame on an item that did not have a scissor count, then chose the before option, the item's scissor count would not be output in the tooltip. That is a very specific little bug. Monster Life, I don't know, and I don't have this in Reboot, so I don't know what all of this is. Combination display, disabled display, okay. Also, another farm. Exchange feature has been added to the monster storage box. We have the maximum number of monsters on your farm, and in your storage box, you can now exchange monsters' location between them. Wow. UI. You can now use the Legion Raid placement feature in bosses and Ursus entry waiting maps. No more leaving the map to switch your pieces around to come back. You can now do it in the map. Clappers. Big clappers. And another big suggestion that was stolen from my stream, because Wonky, by the way, thanks for watching my stream, dude. I appreciate it. They have changed the stat window once again. Remember last time when what they did was make the range twice as big and make it take twice the size, even though range means half of what it does, or a tenth of what it did all those years ago when they designed it. Somehow they made it bigger when it's less important. But they added a bunch of stats here, and they added 2 decimal places. Now what they're also adding is buff duration, item drop rate, and meso acquisition rate. And if you hover over the certain detailed stats that have a lot of sources going into them, it'll show you what all the sources are and where you're getting them from. And I think this is not ready, but it is a step in the right direction. Still no level? Yeah, you still can't see what level you are. Well, this is the right panel though, right? This is the right side panel. This one, which I don't think this one should have your level, but this one should have your level. But just for the people at home who didn't realize this yet, look at your stat window. Look at all that information that's there. What level is this character? No peeking. But no, your fame, that's very important. Your class, your HP and your MP, these are important. What level your character is, no importa. Level 300 beginner, how did you know? Developer note, buff duration, item drop rate, and meta acquisition rate were not shown in the detailed stats, so it was inconvenient having to calculate it yourself. To solve this, we have added these stats to the UI. In addition, since it is difficult to know how many and where the stats were obtained, we added the ability to see... Okay, I just read all that already. When exiting the game, the outputted playtime will now be displayed up to the 100th unit. Amazing. You can now compare the stat boost from pet equipment by clicking the mouse wheel to compare it to the various pet equipment. Okay, again, I'm going to say this every single time we read something. Any kind of equip that has the mouse wheel that you can compare it to multiple items, please make it so that if I'm comparing to a different item and then I double click the item, you switch with the item that is currently being compared to and not the standard one on the bottom. Can we please implement that? That would make switching equips, at least if you're not going to do full presets, at least do that. So we can say pendant number 1, like middle mouse click, double click, middle mouse click, double click. You know, you're like checking 4 rings, 2 middle mouse clicks, double click, 3 middle mouse clicks, double click. Like, that would make it so much easier than just dragging your shit through the screen and being like, ugh. Like, if you're not going to do presets, which doesn't seem like they're warming up to that idea, at least do that. The tech isn't there. Now, for all my colorblind people, rejoice, because you're going to be able to customize which colors you want which chat to be. Select the text color for the chatting windows, Whispers, Buddy Chat, Guild Chat, and Alliance Chat. The Wealth Acquisition Potions item description has been changed also, by the way. But you'll be able to select the colors that you want, okay? Whichever combination of colors makes sense for you, so you can see clearly now that the rain is gone. Description has been updated to match the current logic that the meso acquisition rate boost is not affected by the maximum. The description has been updated to match the current logic that the meso acquisition rate boost is not affected by the maximum limit. So there's a maximum limit, but the wealth acquisition potion transcends the maximum limit. That kind of seems like the maximum limit isn't really the maximum limit then. Why do you do a soft cap and a hard cap on things? Okay. Description related to the item drop rate and meso acquisition rate maximum limit have been removed and added to the detailed stats UI. Good. I can see clearly. Now Lorraine is good. Because balance. How the hell do you even reach 300% meso cap limit? It's not that hard, right? 300%? Let's see if we can do that. 300%. Okay, so your base is 100%. Cool. Then you add 100% in equips. Awesome. 20% of your inner Cool. Phantom is what? 4? Nice. Wealth acquisition potion from Legion. 50? And then wealth acquisition potion? 20? That'll be 294. Is there any way to get higher besides like a double meso drop event? Does anyone think if you... Oh yeah, wealth acquisition point is 1.2x. True. So we have 2.74 times 1.2. That's a 3, my dude. Thanks. 274 times 1.2. I didn't type a plus, so I didn't want that. Yeah, that takes you to 328. So that's 228.8% bonus. Shadower. Oh yeah. Wings of Fate, true. Monster Life, Wings of Fate. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of how much does the Wings of Fate give you? 4%? 2%? Shadower. And oh god. Does Demon Slayer also give more meso rate? 3%. Is there a familiar line for it? Item acquisition. There's item acquisition, yeah. That's only the one. And then there's also the meso plus 10 or something line, which is a huge slap in the face. It's just drop for DS? Okay. Drop an EXP, right? You do Mush Quest and roll for meso and a Wings of Fate? Do it, dude. Do it. To enhance security, accounts that are not signed up for Nexon OTP will not... Dude, whenever I see an abbreviation that's 3 letters that starts with an O, I start seeing it as like the OTL, you know? Is OTP like OTL, but you're standing in a yoga pose and you got butt implants? Do you guys see it? What is OTP? It's a one-trick pony. It's when you just main one class all the time. No, it's a one-time password, I think, in this context. No, it's a person bending over. It's like, this is your face, aimed towards the ground. These are your arms on the ground, and these are your legs on the ground. This is your butt sticking out. Will not be able to access the game by running the game launcher and PC bongs and red PCs. Sure. When your charm is level 100, being defamed will no longer decrease your charm. Thank you. Only when it's 100 though? But thank you. I hate losing RPS, which very, very rarely happens because I'm the RPS king, of course. Losing RPS and then my charm goes down to level 99 with 99.99%. It's like, why? After completing the Find the Child quest, you will now be moved to the power plant lobby instead of Edelstein. Thank God. Error fixes. Okay, lots of error fixes. Max usually highlights the ones that are important. And I don't see. Fix an issue where cannon shooters ICBM, where if you use Monkey Wave immediately after using ICBM, the critical damage boost buff would not be applied. Unlucky. Mihal's Sacred Cube and Sword of Light skill descriptions have been updated to match the current logic of the Royal Guard defense time being decreased to 0.5 seconds instead of being increased by 0.5 seconds. Ooh. Okay, I don't see anything boldened here. Law of gravity where certain effects were not affected by skill transparency. Yeah. We'll probably go over the specifics and see if there are any changes when the live server changes come out. Bosses. Fixed an issue where in maps with entry cutscenes, skills that change the background would be visible in the background. Okay. Kiss Pink Bean, where its Pink Genesis attack range didn't match the effect. Wow. Chaos Pink Bean fix in 2021. It's insane. Fixed an issue in certain situations where the practice mode entry limit was shown incorrectly. Sickness output sound effects were quiet when it was defeated. Fixed an issue in Chaos Zaku where its location would suddenly change after its dive down and pop-up pattern. I thought they were gonna make the attacks, the slaps from the hands actually synchronized with the damage coming in, but One can only hope. Quest changes, map changes. Fixtures were 1920 by 1080 and 1920 by 1200 resolutions, where Monster Park's electronic signboard button click range was awkward. Okay, these are too specific. Where if you had a Spirit Pendant equipped, exit the game, then reconnected after the date changed, the Spirit Pendant's equipped time would not be applied normally. Huh. Okay. Fixed an issue where the additional potential lines of 2 stat per 10 levels was applied as 1 per 5 levels instead. Oh my god, people were cheating 1 stat every 5 levels. Okay. Etc. Fixed an issue where the OMOC minigame where stones could not be placed in the upper left corner. If you get to the upper left corner, then the OMOC game has lasted too long, I can tell you that. Monster Life Master Hishap's displayed potential has been changed from 1 plus 15 to hang 1 plus 15. Oh, thank God. Imagine having 1 instead of hang 1. Did anyone else think that Maple Live update is an abandoning of the grandest pattern or simply a delay? I think this update brought 0 content to... 0 new content to the game. It's basically a quality of life thing. So I don't think it is supposed to be part of this pattern. The delay update? Yeah. It's basically filler arc, right? But it's a lot of stuff. And I think there's a lot of good shit in here. Yeah, this is not like a full summer update though, of course, right? So we have the new class coming out as well. That'll be coming out... what? When did they say? Wait. Oh, here. July 15th. And then a new boss on August 12th. Has been teased, apparently. So, this is basically like huge filler. Welcome to the summer. Because the major thing that we're missing in all of this... like, we don't have any of the information of Maple Live itself, right? In this, we don't have the, what are the mini games? What are the Maple Live esports variety? Like the games, the shops, all of that stuff, burning. You know, all of that stuff isn't even part of any of this, right? So that's all going to be on top of this, and then another class, and then a boss. So it's going to be a huge update. What we saw now is like all of the maintenance work, basically, all of the upkeep stuff, all of the housekeeping. And then everything on top of that is still to be released. Probably in 2 weeks, we expect a video with a little bit more information from the class. And then hopefully in 1 week, I think. Yeah, in 1 week we will see the actual update already. So we'll see which of this stuff directly makes it into the live server and which of this stuff gets to wait a little bit more. But there has been a lot of quality of life improvement waiting, and, you know, we've been waiting on that for a long time. So, you know, the more of this they push through and the more of this they get out of the way quickly rather than later, sooner rather than later, is in my book pretty good, solid update. But yeah, don't forget, like, Terburn and like all of the Maple Live stuff itself, and, you know, the shops and the events and all of that. That's not even part of this, and neither is the class. So way more information to come. So let me know what of this stuff you're most excited about. Which things do you think will probably change between the Tespia server and the actual live server next week? And which things do you hope never change and definitely make it through? And are you excited for in GMS to see hit the global servers and hopefully affect us in a positive way? Other than the Xenon change, of course, because I don't want to see like 600 comments of like, oh my god, I'm so hyped for Xenon, I can't wait to make my new main. I mean, besides that, of course, because, you know, try to keep the comment section a little bit diverse, of course. So yeah, let me know what you think about all this. Long ass video, I know, a lot of information, and it's not even like, it's the bigger half, but it's not even the whole summer event. Lots of stuff coming. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you on the next one.